I'm a single 30-year-old woman trying to put myself in places where single men are. Where are you all at? I go to lounge and hotel bars, dinners with other strangers, typically family style, wine dinners at the bar top, things like that, bourbon tastings, tech get-togethers, medical conferences, etc. I don't usually go out on Saturday night because it seems like every single man is taking their woman out for the night, unless it's 11 p.m. or midnight, and I'm already thinking about bed by that point. I live in the Midwest. If you're not from the United States but you live there, are you hanging out with people from your same culture? Or do you branch out? I know there are good single men out there, but where are you all hiding? I'm not on any dating apps right now, so please don't suggest any. Help a sister out. Story 1. Archery, hiking, built a gym at work so I don't even have to go to an actual gym anymore. The most social I get is theaters with my sister. No dating applications, just totally unplugged from it all. Story 2. I visit the places you seem to be frequenting on a Friday or Saturday night, but never have much luck. Everyone is with a group or already has a partner with them. I'm just there to hang with my friends anyway. So it's fine, but we are all cool with each other talking to women if the opportunity presents itself. I'd imagine most quality men are busy working throughout the week and probably have solo hobbies. I hate the applications, but this makes it easier for finding these types of people. Story 3. All is fair if you're keen on finding somebody, but do yourself a favor and initiate conversation first. Don't expect men to come to you. It's 2024. If you want somebody, put in the work. Story 4. 34-year-old. Married, but I have some single friends in my age range. Like myself, they don't tend to go out much for nightlife and are now more hobby-oriented. I got into my 30s, and after working hard in my 20s to get on the property ladder and get married, I too got back into hobbies. It seems like most men in their 30s gravitate back to hobbies that were put on hold in their 20s while doing everything possible to get established in life. Story 5. Not gonna lie, I cringed at that list of places you mentioned. All of them were too expensive to just go. Find a hobby that requires you to interact with others. Story 6. I go to the gym, sometimes to the movies by myself, to bars with rugby friends and coworkers, to anime conventions, rugby games and events, and to any fun local festivals such as air shows, art displays, rodeos, and fireworks. I am basically all over, but realistically, I don't ever do any cold approaches, so some kind of blatant show of interest will be necessary before I make any approach. It's never worked out, and I hate rejection as much as the next person, so applications are my preferred method. Story 7. Fire station. Gun club at home. Rarely somewhere else. The dating market for my age where I live is somewhere between non-existent and a dumpster fire. I accepted the fact that I will likely die single a long time ago and started focusing on my hobbies instead. Story 8. Unfortunately, most guys have come to the realization that most women aren't interested in them either as a one-night stand or a long-term partner. Also, most of us are below average looking to most women. We have accepted this and decided to do other things with our lives beyond searching for a very unlikely relationship. Story 9. If you're into climbing, there are tons of friendly single people at climbing gyms. I'm recently single and not looking to date yet, but I've learned just from chatting with people climbing that many are single in the 25 to 35 range. Plus, some of the guys are seriously strong. Story 10. The single man is an elusive creature. Known to scare easily, they retreat to their home after work. There are reports of men at the gym, golf course, and grocery store after work or on weekends. Known to be a risk-averse creature, many men may avoid approaching in public altogether and exclusively use dating applications to begin the courtship ritual. There are stories of a subgroup of men interested in serious relationships who go to churches and eat wafers on Sundays. These buildings are known to host social events sometimes. Men have been known to wander the aisles of Home Depot or Menards in search of the fabled Jerry on weekends. Jerry is the only employee over 18 that can tell me why my do-it-yourself project looks so bad. These men are known as weekend warriors. Men have also been known to wash their clothes at a location known as a laundromat. Though not having a washing machine in their house, apartment, or a shared laundry room in their building may indicate this is a poor man, he may just be a man that prefers cheap rent. This may indicate he is financially responsible or possibly low maintenance. Further inquiry will be required to make a final decision. For real though, I don't ever approach in public at this point because it's just been made abundantly clear some women really don't like it, and you just don't know who you're talking to. Also, I know you don't like dating applications, but the guys you're targeting have success on them. So they're unfortunately your best chance at meeting your target audience. I hear you though, before the complications, I had no success on dating applications, and I tried meeting women out in public, but all I found was more men looking for women. Dance class, then gym, then art class, seniors, cooking class, couples, and more seniors. Story 11. Usually at the drop zone for some skydiving with friends, or at the motorcycle shop working on my bikes. I have the same question as to where the 30s and 40s women that have their life together and don't have kids in tow are, because I never see them. Maybe see about traditionally male-dominated hobbies? Story 12. Caregiver for 17 years for 2 elderly grandparents, trying to keep them out of the nursing home. I help out my widowed sister and her 3 kids, and I fix family vehicles. I can't really go anywhere and rarely have free time. If I can get any, it's usually spent by myself. I like going for a short drive to a quiet spot and feeding any stray dogs I come across. Story 13. I was at that age when my wife grabbed me up. She was my assistant. If you don't have anyone in your social circle, expand it. One of our marketing girls was having a hard time. I took her to the sportsman's club. She started shooting in a shooting competition. She's got a boyfriend now. Pre-screened. No felons. Everyone there has money to shoot competitions. Your bigger problem is that a lot of single men in that age range are divorced and not looking for anything serious anymore. Story 14. I'd say mingle with your married or long-term relationship girlfriends. The nice single guy in his 30s is sometimes an introvert, relaxing at home. It's your married or long-term relationship girlfriend's partners who know about these guys. Maybe they are a coworker or a gym buddy or whatever, preferably someone who is at arm's distance. It might get messy if you start dating or breaking up with guys who are in his close circle of friends. You are looking for the peripheral contacts, if that makes sense. I bring this up because I never thought I'd meet new guys through my Pilates classes, which are mostly female. They don't attend the class, but I have made some new Pilates friends and sometimes I go to their barbecues, etc. And there they are. Story 15. Not quite 30 yet, but at home, devoting all my spare time and energy to the old man hobbies I've picked up because I can't be bothered with most of society. Story 16. Building something or engaging with music. You can find me at Guitar Center on Saturday mornings, at concerts, or at a dive bar playing pool. Story 17. Not in the United States. Not anymore. I'm 38, financially independent, and traveling. But I'm not interested in a relationship. I've met other guys in the same situation. It's a good life. Story 18. One of my good friends at work has his act together. This is as far as I know where he is usually playing basketball or soccer with his friends every Tuesday and Thursday. At home cuddling his cute munchkin cats. Weekend getaways with his closest friends from high school, like camping and hiking. Some nights at the gym. Some nights playing the FIFA video game online until he quits in frustration. Surprised he's still single. He's very happy being alone. He's had relationships in the past though. Story 19. So, technically I fit your description. Mid-30s, good job, etc. The problem is, you're looking for guys you find attractive, and I'm quite sure I don't fit into that category. Most good-looking guys are settled down by this age. Anyway, I spend most of my time at home, maybe with a hobby here and there. Story 20. Nowhere. I'm at home with my life together and keeping it together. Most men that have their life together want peace and quiet with it. I don't know many guys out doing things in noisy locations with noisy people. Story 21. We're broken. Years of being disrespected, divorced, cheated on. Older men are hiding from women these days. I'm not in your target range. I'm in my 50s now. But I met my last girlfriend in my early 40s. We were friends in high school but never dated. So we reconnected and started seeing each other. After 8 years of investing in her, in us, She dumped me with a text message. She chose to do it when I was at my lowest point. Dad broke his hip and the family was in upheaval. I was trying to step up and help, and that meant less free time, less disposable income for dates and activities. Suddenly she needed time and space. And within 2 months she was gone like we never happened. Please understand, when her dad passed away, I held her while she cried. When she had family issues, I stepped up and offered to help. She didn't react in kind. She just bailed when things got a little too warm. For the record, I was back up within 6 months with more money than I had before and a new job. But I was a lot wiser too. So yeah, I'm broken beyond repair and won't ever try again. And all my friends have similar stories. Only one of my core 4 friends is married, and he recently told me he's having trouble and likely heading for divorce. And guess what? After fathering and raising 3 beautiful children with a woman he loved, he's done too. Never gonna try again, he says. And I can't blame him. But in the spirit of the discussion, I will give you one tip. If you're really looking for manly men, check out a Cabela's or a Bass Pro Shop. I work there. From the employees to the clientele, so many single guys go there. The people who tell you ladies to look at Home Depot are barking up the wrong tree. Those men are there for work and little else. Bass Pro or Cabela's is the way. Guys that are looking to kit themselves out for their hobbies and are less on mission for business. Assuming you don't mind hunter or fisherman types. Story 22. Grocery stores. Just approach us and say, "Hey, you look interesting. Where are you from?" Or, "Hey, I want to be friends, but I don't know what to say." We don't approach you because we are afraid of being labeled creepy. Story 23. Vibing at home. Occasionally, I'll meet up with a friend or 3 for food and drink. I haven't been on an app in years. Unless you're a certain kind of guy, they are terrible for our self-esteem. Story 24. At home. I work shifts, which absolutely takes it out of me. I don't have time to be hanging out, on the highly unlikely chance I may meet a single girl. Although the dating applications are trash, I still think they have better odds for me. Story 25. Good luck. I've only heard that the dating scene is terrible. My friends and I, who are 42-year-old men, hang out at my house. Going out is always such a bummer. My friend, a 36-year-old man, is single and has pretty much given up. Story 26. The single men I know have checked out of dating. They'd rather be alone doing what they want to do than strapped to a relationship where they have to get approval for everything they do. Story 27. I live in the Midwest. Most of the well-put-together single good guys I know in their 30s and 40s in the Midwest have completely given up on dating due to non-existent or bad experiences with women in their teens and 20s, or because they look at what their options are and would rather be single, such as the problem with how many single mothers there are. They also tend to spend 75% of their non-work hours at their home or apartment alone, and the other 25% is in a heavily male-dominated environment, such as a hobby group or gym, which is also heavily male. You can't treat men badly for years and expect them to stick around when they or you are older. They will go find other things that make them happy, like hobbies such as rebuilding old cars, the gym, or nerd things. Every guy that hears the bare comment increases your chances of being alone, but women are still making derogatory comments towards men like this. Story 28. Early 30s male with his life together. I travel occasionally for work, and if I am ever at the places you mentioned, such as lounges, dinners, or get-togethers, I am there to eat, drink, and relax, and I am likely not interested in striking up meaningful conversation for anything long-term. If a short-term opportunity presented itself, I would be inclined. Men my age are not eager to talk to women anymore. With that being said, you would catch me at my best around lunchtime on weekends. I usually grab a bite to eat somewhere local and walk around town for a little, or do some errands until I go back home to rest. I am at grocery stores after work too. Story 29. I spend most of my time playing video games, going to theme parks, anime conventions, Nerf battles, movies, and ice skating. That being said, I am an extremely insecure, anxiety-ridden libertarian. So while I make 6 figures with 0 debt, go to the gym 6 times a week, and am a trained active listener, I am not what you are looking for. Story 30. At bars, hanging out with friends, Muay Thai, spending time at the beach, watching movies, and lounging in my apartment. But I'm still in school, and women my age or around my age don't want that. They want a finished product. What do you define as having their act together? Story 31. More than likely at home, gaming, or engaging in some other hobby that doesn't require interactions with other people because we are just so done with them. Story 32. I'm not single, but where I hung out when I was is exactly the same. My house with my friends playing board games or video games. The only time I typically would or do leave the house would be for work, groceries, random errands, or the comic book store. Occasionally, the movies, but I don't think people meet there very often. Most of the women I have dated since I got out of college 20 years ago, I met through dating apps. I can't speak for every hobby, but being into nerdy or geeky things, it's always tricky because we have a bad reputation of always treating women like they are there shopping for their boyfriends, or if not, they are automatically being hit on because they share the same interests. Most guys aware of this are going to more often than not err on the side of caution to not try to drive someone away from our hobbies by hitting on them. I think the biggest disconnect in our current dating world, outside social media just being horrible, is we all learned the treat others how you want to be treated rule, and I find it's backward. It should really be treat others how they want to be treated. I say this to say men being hit on at work, depending on where, as some businesses that is problematic, gym, grocery store is likely more of a positive than it is for women. So my recommendation is if you see a guy anywhere you are interested in, they are more often than not likely to be receptive. Good luck.